Interpol at ano ba ang jurisdiction nila sa mga countries including the Philippines? At ano ang obligasyon natin sa Interpol?
Okay, Interpol is a transnational organization which is simply lahat ng mga police or law enforcement agencies all over the world. It has member agencies na they come together, they have a common pool so that in case of criminals in other jurisdictions outside the jurisdiction of a member country, they can access the database of other police jurisdictions. And that is just simply what Interpol is. But Interpol cannot enforce a warrant of arrest.
Okay.
It has a red notice. What is a red notice? It is only advisory to the members of the Interpol saying na, hey, can you please arrest this person?
Okay.
But they cannot say, we will arrest this person. Now, in the Philippines, Interpol is represented by the Philippine Center for Transnational Crime. Kaya, a representative was there when President Duterte was kidnapped. But he was not the one talking. Nasa background lang siya. It was General Torre talking. So, dapat dili unta si General Torre if Interpol indeed had jurisdiction and had the capacity to arrest President Duterte, but it does not. So, ang ginasulti sa Philippine government that they were only complying with the warrant of arrest issued by or the red notice issued by the Interpol. Kana dili gina tinuod. Kani I really printed this. Okay, nakabutang diri sa Interpol mismo. A red notice is a request to law enforcement worldwide to locate and provisionally arrest a person pending extradition, surrender, or similar legal action. A red notice is not an international arrest warrant. Klaruhan lang na.
Yes, exactly. So, mauna, pending extradition. In other words, kung naagani warrant of arrest ang ICC, the Interpol would mandate nga kanang arrest warrant nga inyong issue, i-adto pa na sa court din
Local court.
Because kung mo extradite ta og tao, og criminal, mo adto man sa ta sa court. We will have to go to the local court first and then say the local court will determine if that warrant of arrest is accurate.
Okay.
Or valid.
Or valid na siya, or legal ba na, or regular. Now, wala na gibuhat pag-aresto nila ni PRRD.
No, I refuse to use the word arrest. Pagkuha nila kang PRRD.
Dito na itabo ang kidnap.
Yes. Because normally what happens is if there is a red notice and there is a warrant of arrest by the ICC, unta, the process should have been i-add to diri sa atong regular court, sa atong RTC, regional trial courts. And the regional trial courts will determine if the warrant is valid. And then only after it has rendered a decision that the warrant is valid, namusulti sila, okay, you can arrest him now, you can bring him there. If there is an extradition treaty, but there is no extradition treaty.
Case in point lang, ani, nga na yung extradition treaty, the Philippines and East Timor.
Okay.
Natay extradition treaty nila, mao na atong kuanon si
Congressman
Teves. But the extradition treaty, ato ang warrant of arrest, gihir pa sa court sa East Timor karon. Until now wala pa nakuha nato si Congressman Teves.
Correct.
Kay that is supposed to be the legal process which they did not follow. That's why extrajudicial rendition was done against PRRD.
Yes.
Pangutan na, what if naabot ta sa korte? Naabot ta sa korte kay kinahanglan og kuan extradition.
Yes.
Okay. So tan-aw ninyo, mo hold ba sa ang ilahang kuan ang kaso nila?
Para nako, kung maabot sa atong court, like ang naa jurisdiction atong time when he was detained there, was the Manila RTC, the Court of Appeals, and the Supreme Court. Kung i-present tong warrant of arrest, balibaran gyud sila sa korte, Mayor. Why? Because moingon man gyud ang courts, we are still functioning. Why are we going to surrender the president to another international body? Ayaw sa, hear it here. If we feel that it is not we are not di gud kaya sa atong judicial system, kay maybe ang huwis gipatay ba while hearing his case, mga ana, kung di gud kaya, then that's the time that we will submit. That's the time that Section 17 will be applied. Kung di na gud kaya sa
So
Pilipinas.
that's why they were really on a hurry
Yes.
Exactly.
to board the
Board the
president on the plane
before
send them to Netherlands.
before the Supreme Court could have issued a TRO. Karon, in an extradition case, the party requesting extradition will have to present their evidence here in our local courts, but it's in Manila, RTC Manila. They will have to present evidence in our local courts, and it could take years. In the meantime, President Duterte could have asked for bail. So, while the hearing is going on, because they will have to prove, the foreign state asking for extradition will have to prove that indeed the laws there and the laws here are the same. And so because the laws there and the laws here are the same, then we can extradite him there because similar ang atong laws. Now, also, according to Attorney Regal, but our courts here will not give him up. Why? Because of the principle of complementarity. Unsa
Yes.
mana. ICC can only govern if our laws here are not, if our judiciary, our law enforcement is not functioning. Now, because of what the Philippines did, the Philippine authorities did in surrendering, in kidnapping President Duterte and giving him to the ICC, does it mean that the Philippines no longer has a functioning judicial system? I violently object to that. Why? Because I believe and uphold the sanctity of the judicial functions here in the Philippines. Are they saying that we have already descended into chaos? I do not think so, because the Supreme Court is still functioning.
And this is where the whole thing is now. Mura Maginoo gisurrender atong sovereignty by President Marcos to another country. So how is it? It's just like him saying that this state is not functioning anymore. So unsa naman data karon?
No, but if he's saying, if the implication there is, if he's saying that the state is not functioning, then how does that reflect on his administration?
Precisely.